See, I'm going to tell y'all what this really is. So you remember in the beginning, she was talking about how, oh man, I haven't gotten any in a while. That's when you are used to getting it and then you haven't gotten it in a while. What happens is you start to have these dreams and the dreams start to feel vivid and real. And you just be like, why did I dream about that? There was one time I had a dream about a wolf in a circus. Y'all don't need to know that. Never mind. Let me keep that to myself. Y'all need, the point is that you start having these dreams and they get crazy. They get wild. And you be like, what is happening? Hello and welcome to Fated Mate. If you're new here, hi, I'm Voyia. I play a variety of games. If you ever want me to play something, please don't hesitate to ask. And it would mean the absolute freaking world to me. If you liked, comment, and subscribe. And with all that being said, let's get started. I'm going to be doing this in parts. I know y'all hate parts. People be like, come on, get this over with. Listen. Mwah. Relax. Good things come to those who wait. Say it with me now. Good things come to those who wait. And we're going to wait and do this in parts. Anyways, let's get started. But before we get started, I need to fix my mic real quick and then we can get started. All right, now we can get started. Okay, what is your name, Omega? And let me make sure the screen is set right. Okay, we're good. Isabelle. They named us Isabelle. We're going to be Isabelle. Chapter 1. Oh, God. Who's stomping upstairs? The thumping hasn't stopped in what seems like hours. Thunk, thunk, thunk. Wood against bricks. Wood against brick? Is somebody hitting my house or something? Beating like a drum of misery. I hate the effers next door. I swear they wait until I'm drifting off and start going at it like rabbits. Oh, my bad. The noise is annoying enough, but the reminder of everything I don't have is the worst. The loneliness making my chest tighten, an icy sadness curls around my heart. And beyond that, I have to ignore the dull ache between my... Okay. Hopefully it isn't too long until my sleep medication whisks me off into dreamland. But until then, thunk, thunk, thunk. They getting busy. Okay. Thunk, thunk, thunk. That's what I'm talking about. Tear it up. Beat it up. Amen. Could they not just pull the headboard a few inches from the wall? In fact, maybe if they just put a mattress straight on the floor, it would avoid the creaking too. I open my eyes, tempting to smack the wall in warning, but ultimately I'm too scared of being rude, and a deep sense of lethargy seems to take over me. My eyes are now heavy, fluttering shut as the sound from the next door stops, and I'm lulled to sleep by the sounds of raindrops against the window. If this didn't give y'all a straightforward idea of what's about to happen in here, like I already am looking forward for some already. Like that's exactly what's about to happen. Dot dot dots. No dot dot dots. Okay. Are we in the woods now? It's cold, far too cold. A bitter wind nips at my skin. I try to grab my blankets to pull over me, but I'm no longer in my bed. The way I would cry, there is nothing that would stop me from crying. I'm face down in a pile of leaves upon the grass, sap and dew overwhelming my senses. Where am I? I push myself up, dust myself off, and look in the forest that surrounds me, stretching out in every direction. And then I became aware of a figure in the distance, coming right towards me. Thunder cracks across the sky that scared the crap out of me, shaking the ground and leaves. Yet, I still hear the rustle of twigs and undergrowth as the figure beyond the trees move closer. I turn and run, then run some more. The grass beneath my feet gives way to mud. Mud gives way to stone. No matter how much my feet ached, how the jagged rocks cut at my soles or my muscles ached. I have to keep running. The figure gives chase, unrelenting and gaining on me with every second. No matter how much I push myself, it's not enough. I feel his shadow looming over me before the feel of his grip, fisting my nightgown and slamming me into the hard trunk of a tree. Pain blisters through every part of my being, my vision's blurring as the assailant gets a hold of me. His face is hidden behind a low hood and a snug cowl, but his eyes almost burn into the moonlight, simmering with evil as he stares at me, ready to hurt me. I was going to say hunt me. Both are the same. He's technically chasing me. I go stiff and still, the deer in headlights, not the flight or fight, but the freeze. All my muscles tighten, almost forcing my soul from my body. The man stills too. Oh my God, he is fine. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be looking at a man like that. He's literally about to kill me. A gloved hand tugs at the man's hood until his head snaps back and a shiny steel blade slides across the column of his throat, slicing precisely. The fabric splits and the skin beneath prickles with blood. An expertly placed wound marring the surface. A threat and nothing more. Off her now. The deep voice, warm like a campfire, grunts to the man and tugs at his head once more. The blade presses in again, and my assailant steps back in an attempt to escape it. Please, don't kill me. She's unclaimed. She's not yours for the taking. Oh my God. My savior shoves the man to the ground at my feet, kicking him into the dirt. Run before I change my mind. The now sniveling man climbs to his feet and turns. Well, at least he saved me. Thank you. And as he began to run, the blade slides down his back once more, enough to wound, but not to kill. On stumbling legs, the hooded figure disappears beyond the trees until I can no longer see his shadow. Well, thank you for saving. Oh my God. Whew. Get it together, voyia. Get it together. Thank you for saving me. Y'all know these men make me and I gotta calm it down though. I gotta calm it down, okay? Because he might be a bad guy. A radiating warmth draws my attention from the tree line to the man in front of me, the huge imposing man directly in front of me. My eyes crawl up his broad frame, noticing the hair peeking from between his shirt. Scratch that. His laced up tunic. See, I'm gonna tell y'all what this really is. So you remember in the beginning, she was talking about how, oh man, I haven't gotten any in a while. That's when you are used to getting it and then you haven't gotten it in a while. What happens is you start to have these dreams and the dreams start to feel vivid and real. And you just be like, why did I dream about that? There was one time I had a dream about a wolf in a circus. Y'all don't need to know that. Never mind. Let me keep that to myself. Y'all need, the point is that you start having these dreams and they get crazy. They get wild. And you be like, what is happening? Let's keep going. My eyes crawl up his... Okay, we already read this. Sorry. An abundant beard hides full, frowning lips, and thick brows hide hard eyes, brimming with concern. Despite his stature of his sword that glistens in the moonlight, my body unconsciously relaxed. Something about him, beyond his saving me, puts me at ease. Omega, what are you doing out here? His deep, velvety voice, now directed at me, sends shivers running up and down my spine. There's a tone laced within his words that gives me no opportunity to avoid answering. Shite. What am I doing here? I don't even know. If this is a dream, Is it a lucid one at that? If it isn't a dream, well, who knows? I scrambled to think, conscious of the piercing gaze bearing down upon me and the impatient tick in the man's jaw. And wait. What did he call me? I was sleepwalking? I land on that excuse and try not to let my face screw up as it betrays my own confusion. He considers me for a moment, looking me up and down, his eyes slowly racking across my form. I take then the opportunity to do the same, finding myself in a flimsy nightgown, not at all like the cartoon pajamas I went to sleep in. Listen, I went to sleep in a Winnie the Pooh onesie and woke up like this. I don't know what's happening. You're not from the village. It's a statement, not a question. It's clear he knows that something about me is amiss, even if it's just my unfamiliar face. Why don't I just be honest? If it's a dream, nothing bad can happen. If it's not a dream, I'll sound insane. Okay, tricks to seeing if I'm in a lucid dream. Think. First, I usually try forcing my eyes open in the dream and thinking about waking. The scene before me doesn't change beyond the arched brow of my savior. Next, I look at my hands, which are perfectly formed and not at all distorted. I don't know how to wake myself up from a lucid dream. Does anyone else know how to wake themselves up from a lucid dream? He looks like yeah, oh my God. I'm sorry. There's a lot about this man that is frightening me a little bit. What else? I hold my breath, waiting and waiting. If this is a dream, I wouldn't feel as lightheaded as I do right now. I think I have to accept that somehow I'm actually in the forest, wearing a nightgown and standing in front of an exceedingly handsome man that looks like he just stumbled out of a Ren fair or a D&D campaign. Shite. What did he say? You're not from the village. My heart thumps against my chest, my throat tightening as I try to find the words. I wouldn't know what to do in this situation. Is that a problem for you? No, I'm not. I set up camp that way, I think. Sorry, I'm a bit out of sorts. Is that a problem for you that I'm not from that village? I put on a brave face, trying to appear steady despite my vulnerability. Is that a problem for you? That depends on your intentions. Finding my way back home? Unsure how to explain that one. I'm just lost. Hopefully he accepts that as an explanation for all of my seemingly strange behavior. You're shaking. Oh God, he scared me for a second though. When a fine, tall, big man, approaches you quickly, it's kind of frightening sometimes. You'd be like, oh God, okay, hi. But not in a he's gonna hurt me way, but in a more of a he's making you nervous type of way. Before I can protest, the man shucks off his cloak and wraps it around me. As he fastens it at the front, he once again gazes down upon me with a questioning look in his eyes. On anyone else, it would be clear to me that such an expression was one of concern. But with this man, this imposing figure, I'm not quite sure. His next words remove any question I may have. Did he hurt you? His broad, scared hands settled on my shoulders as he looks me over once more, his eyes seemingly taking in every piece of exposed skin. Look away. You might find something you might... No, I shouldn't be flirting with big men with swords. Okay. All right. Y'all ain't got to tell me. I'll calm down. A heat is left in the trail of his gaze, my body reacting to his scrutiny, his proximity. Now that the ache of being slammed into the tree has abated, I don't feel hurt at all. I shake my head, my eyes fixed on his heavy gaze. He just roughed me up a little. Where I was expecting him to relax upon hearing such news, he simply stiffens. A should have cut him down where he stood. I try to keep my hands clean of unnecessary blood, but I only hope he learned his lesson. A few things become completely clear to me. Firstly, wherever I am is also whenever I am, as I get the distinct feeling I'm lost in time. And secondly, the idea of a man killing to protect me really shouldn't make my blood pump the way it does. But there's no denying it. If he says anything further, I can't hear it over the sound of my heartbeat and my whirling thoughts. Regardless of where I am or what's going on, I somehow get the feeling I'm at least safe from harm for now. The feeling inside of me makes no earthly sense. Not that anything about this situation does, but I really shouldn't feel soothed by this strange man's presence. So what if it put us back in time where we're like a princess needing to be saved or something? Maybe it is a dream after all, or maybe I've fallen into something truly unknown. But I know I shouldn't trust this man so quickly, regardless of him saving me, and regardless of him being so fine. He almost killed a man. Who's to say it wasn't to have me all to himself? Regardless of my mental anguish and distrust, my body doesn't seem to get the message as my heartbeat calms. One of the man's hand falls to my lower back, gently urging me forward. The stones dig into my feet again, but with the adrenaline coursing through me, the feeling is somewhat numb. I know. I'll feel it later. Oh, where are you taking me? Somewhere with a warm fire. Somewhere you'll be safe from prowling alphas. Alphas? Omegas? Frick. Add that to the list of things that are amiss. And note to self to address it later. Okay. I continue to walk alongside the man, wincing with every other step until I'm swept off my feet. Sir, don't pick me up, please. A man that could just pick you up just casually is just so... My arms snake around his neck to cling for dear life. Then he carries on, walking with me in his arms. You really don't need to. He fixes me with a look, an arched brow and narrow eyes that tell me he's aware he doesn't have to, and he's doing it anyway. Frick. I try not to stare at him, my face now inches away from his, but it's hard to do anything other than take him in. His scent surrounds me, pine and smoke, and man, I gotta calm down. A blanket for my soul. Even if I close my eyes, I can't escape him. His radiating warmth and tight grip keeping me anchored to his presence. I know what y'all thinking is gonna happen. I'm not gonna give up the cheeks so easily, okay? All right? Even if I close my eyes, I can't escape him. His radiating warmth type, so we read that already. I can only hope he doesn't notice me staring. His eyes are dead ahead, focusing on traversing the forest while I relish in the moment of quiet where I can finally inspect him properly. He's gorgeous, though such a word would probably be brushed off by a man like him. He's all masculine, raw, dirty, captivating, and not just in look, but in deed. I think anyone would swoon after being saved and swept off their feet, literally. I have so many questions, and I want to ask, and yet none I can actually voice. The silence only lasts for a little while until the man looks at me from the corners of his eyes, half of his attention on me, half on the path ahead. So, where are you from? The North? That's what they say on Star Trek when they're pretending to be locals. Surely that will work. The man hums, the sound only audible as I'm pressed close to his body and feel the vibration through his chest. And why were you camping in the woods? His tone is even, but it's easy to see this for what it is, an inquisition. His sharp instincts tell him, quite rightly, that something about me is off. Once more, I'm reeling, desperately trying to think of a convincing backstory. I was running from... What's the time appropriate way to say ex-boyfriend? A former lover. He nods, seemingly satisfied with the answer. A dangerous gamble, but I hope it pays off for you. And where's your family? Dead. I cringe as I say it. It's at least partly true. They're dead to me anyways. An orphan's lot. I'm familiar. And now I feel awful for lying. I sit with guilt swirling within me and start to wonder if the mentions of dead parents has brought up complicated emotions for my newfound companion. If it does, his face doesn't betray any emotions. So, where in the north exactly? His words pull me from my thoughts back into a state of panic. Oh, one of the northernmost places? It almost sounds believable. Drazen? Thank God he's throwing me a bone. Yes! This is Drazen. Shite! The man stills and turns his eyes, his fierce gaze now burning into mine. Where are you really from? His voice is low, a grumbling, demanding answer that I can't really give. It's complicated. Can't be more complicated than finding yourself at the end of my blade. You've seen what happens to those with ill intent. I have people to protect. Frick, oh God, don't cut me down like you did that man. Though maybe that would be a mercy. What else would happen to me out here without his protection? Think. What could be an explanation for my displacement or strange disposition that would make sense here? How do you feel about witches? My voice wobbles, my entire being uncertain and unsteady. This is literally the worst lie you probably could have came up with. As long as they're not harming anyone, I take no issue with them, though you might find that opinion to be rare here. Why? Are you a witch? I'm not just from somewhere far away. How do I even explain this when I don't even know what's happening myself? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. I've traveled a lot. Try me. He fixes me with that look once more, the one that compels me to obey. I'm from a different world. A different world? I expect him to throw me down unceremoniously, change his mind on witches, and leave me to fend for myself. Instead, he barks out a laugh, once, then twice, before he spills into a chuckle and rumbles through me. Clearly you need your rest. He shakes his head with a slight smile on his face, but I can't find it in me to return it. I'm telling you the truth. I don't know why I'm telling the truth, but I am, and I just want him to even try to understand. His eyes turn back to me, searching, and his smile drops. Whatever he sees in my eyes, staring back at him, seems to convince him of my certainty. How did you end up here? He starts walking again, carrying me as he listens to me talk. I was dreaming, wandering through the woods when I tripped over the undergrowth. I tumbled down and ended up here. Sounds quite unbelievable. I'm well aware. I don't think he understands how well aware we are of how crazy this sounds to everybody, but we are going to try to make you understand. Well, your accent is unlike any I've heard. Even on my travels, and your scent is different. My scent? You seem surprised, Omega. We don't have Omegas where I'm from. Not in humans, anyway. What a head frick this is. His eyebrows raise in surprise, the idea seemingly incomprehensible. no omegas or alphas, just betas then. I guess you could say that. We just have regular people, no designations or whatever you call it. He thinks for a moment, hard, before speaking again. Then why aren't you one of them? I am. Oh, sir. Listen, again, some people call themselves alphas where I'm from, but usually 9 out of 10, if they're calling themselves one, they're probably not one in the first place. But yeah, we're different. I hope this makes me believable, though. I mean, surely I am. After all, I'm not from this world. I can't be an alpha or an omega. You don't smell like one. You smell like an unclaimed omega, a sweet one. My blood rushes, though in fear or arousal, I'm not sure. I know what kind of game this is. I'm not stupid, okay? We know what's gonna happen if we get alone. If we ever get alone, we know what's gonna happen. He can smell me, and I smell like one of the omegas. What does that make him? I have control, despite what may courses through my veins. So he must be an alpha, right? Doesn't that make him an alpha? If he can smell that I am an omega, isn't he an alpha? He pinned me with a look, and I can't help but to believe him. After all, he saved me from danger, and believed my story without judgment. I have no choice but to trust you. It won't be misplaced. Hopefully, it's not. A few minutes later, and we reached the edge of what seems to be the village, a guard fence surrounding a circle of dwellings, and a watchtower overlooking the entrance. As soon as we stepped over the threshold, I'm filled with trepidation. I release my hold and tap the man, hoping to indicate that I no longer need his assistance. The ground is a mixture of grass and dirt paths, and surely it can't hurt my feet that much. He obliged, slowly lowering me until my feet touch the ground. He doesn't part until my footing is steady, and even then, he watches me intently. Should I go inside? This man is accepting, but he seems to indicate that the others will not be. Or maybe he's tricking us and trying to get us alone so he can I don't know. I feel like we should be on our toes here. Surely I'd be found out immediately, a time traveler, a witch, whatever they fear most. And then I'd probably be burned at the stake, or drowned, or hung. I feel like you'd be burned. Assuming this place shares commonalities with the past of my own world, and they enjoy witch trials and religious fanaticisms just as much. Oh God, no, please don't. Please let them be chill, laid back people. Maybe the woods would be a better option. I can happen upon whichever strange phenomenon or ancient stone sent me here. Lead the way, or look, I'm just going to stumble that way and hope I find my way back. Oh no. Lead the way? Ooh, I hope we made the right decision. I consider my options just for a moment before settling on going with the flow, at least for now. I can only hope and pray his intentions are good. Good choice. The man leads me once more, and we amble quietly past several houses until we reach the one he unlocks, then ushers me inside. Oh, man, look at this. Look at this place. He's about to tear it up. He's going to beat it up, casually too. That's crazy. The door clicks shut behind us, leaving us alone in the dark, moonlit room. I can feel the man's presence looming behind me for the briefest of moments before he shuffles around and gets to work on starting a fire. The room is cozy, rustic, and undoubtedly medieval, with the minimum fixtures and lack of, well, any modern amenities. Please stop. With the flint and steel in hand, the man makes quick work of lighting the kindling and logs in the fireplace, and warmth erupts through the room. And yet, hesitation lingers within me. It feels like I'm not safe either way. I whisper, continuing our conversation from outside. The man freezes, turning to fix me with a nebulous look. You are safe with me, but unclaimed omegas are in short supply around here, and you're likely to draw a lot of attention. What if... Are the omegas women? Omegas are women? Is that what this is? I think this is what the story's kind of telling us, is that omegas are women in here. My protection is yours. Oh my. Backlit by the fire, he looks the perfect mix of angel and demon, a halo of fiery light swirling around him. I don't need any more scrutiny than I'm already going to draw for being, well, you know. Come here. That's all you had to say. No, that's not what he's talking. Okay, let me zip my jacket up, because y'all always giving me the judgy look and blame. Okay, whatever. A large, scarred hand softly beckons me forward, and my feet move without my permission, called to obey his quiet command. I stand before him, feeling small in his shadow, before he walks around me and settles just inches away from my back. Oh my goodness, he's getting closer. He presses himself into my behind, one arm wrapped around my stomach as the other snakes over my shoulders, cupping my chin and tilting it to the side so he has access to my neck. Time stills, each movement sending fire through my veins, when his beard scrapes across my bared flesh where my neck meets my shoulders. I have to do everything not to yelp. The way I would have been up in here, just a dog. They would have been like, somebody got a dog or whatever his name, because I don't think they gave us a name for him yet. They'd have been like, you insert name. You have a dog now? That's crazy. He nuzzles in, his nose nudging along my skin, up to behind my ears, hitting every sensitive spot I have. What are you doing? I should push him off, shouldn't I? Getting my scent on you. Oh my goodness. His lips brush against my skin. The warmth of his breath scatters goosebumps over my body. And that will help because every alpha who smells you will think you're mine. His words send more shivers crusading over me. Mine. I've never been claimed by a man, and the prospects has never sounded so sweet. But my chest tightens, relief flooding over me as his intentions become clear. It's a ruse, one to protect me. It seems even here, men will take the claim of a man over a rejection of a woman. Right. Of course. Smart. I find it harder to breathe with each passing moment, and I know that I'm only still upright due to his tight hold on my body. He continues to mark me, to scent me, before speaking again, his voice barely above a whisper, as it ghosts across the shell of my ear. There are many pair mates in the village, with only a few unclaimed alphas and omegas. The rest are betas, okay? Some of the alphas searching for mates are desperate, as you saw. And you're not? Not? Desperate for an omega? He laughs slightly, almost considerate of his close proximity to my ear, and the vibrations echo through me. I'm not desperate for anything. Right now, I really freaking envy that. Must be nice. I'd say so. Okay. And then in an instant, he's gone, cold sweeping in and replacing the comfort of his embrace. I can feel my face ablaze, the hairs across my body standing on end. When I turn to face him, he's entirely unaffected. My scent will keep any alphas away. Not that I plan on letting you far from my sight. I arch a brow. So, I'm a captive now? I wouldn't go that far, but leaving won't be beneficial for you. Coming across so strange. There are some who will think you're a witch, and that will not go down well with them. Avoiding suspicion, at least about the universe traveling origins, is my top priority. And I'm glad at least I can confide in someone who understands what's going on to a degree and can help somewhat. And what do you want in return? The man looks confused by my question. For keeping me safe. What do you want? I have nothing to give. Surely he's not accepting anything material. He can tell from the state of my dress that I have nothing of value. If he said, yeah, you owe me 2,000 or I'm going to tell them that you're Omega, I would just jump out the window and run. But maybe he's expecting something else. And we'll find that out in the next episode. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. I hope you guys had a fantastic time with me. I want to read more. I'm having some computer issues, so I cannot just constantly read, I guess. Like I want to, and like I want to do hour longs and stuff. So if you are rocking with the parts, thank you. I truly appreciate it. I'm so glad that you guys love the parts and stuff, and you're patient and you wait. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe. And with all that being said, peace and love. Stay safe out there, everybody. Don't get caught by the woodsman. Bye-bye.